Instead of a blowout in Denver, it was a showdown at Mile High. And even though the Broncos could not send the Chiefs home with an L, this beat up and beaten down Broncos squad showed up big time. Broncos country, it was fun. Hey Broncos country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman, and this is a special roundup straight from the Mile High Stadium itself. Roundup, and this weekend's edition comes straight from Mile High, where we hope, maybe, we beat the Chiefs. We'll see. I'm going to talk to some fans and see what they think. It's probably not looking good. Before the game, I talked with a bunch of Broncos tailgaters, and of course, all my new best friends. And we all agreed it was likely going to be a massacre. Guys, tell me, how's the season been?
Whatever.
Rough. Hard. Frustrating.
Yeah.
We're not fans anymore.
Have you been out here every game?
We're here with our war paint on. Every game we come out, paint up. Yep. No. Yep. Win, lose, or tie. We orange and blue until we die.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, so you do this every week?
We do this every week. We've been doing it for 20 years.
20 years? Well, I see the most valuable tailgater over there.
Yep.
All right, so how does this year compare to the last 19?
The most disappointing one ever.
I know, right? Like
We were sold a bill of goods that hasn't happened yet. It's been horrible.
yeah,
So I'll just say disappointing.
yeah. Not been a great year. What do you think about the Broncos this year?
This is difficult to be a fan this year.
Yeah, but you're still here. You're still a fan.
I committed for the season, so I gotta go.
I love it. You gotta come. All right, well, what do you expect today?
I think we'll get 9 points. Probably lose, but I'm hoping for different.
All right, so you got the Wilson jersey and the Elway jersey?
Right.
All right. So is Wilson going to be able to, is he going to work this out?
Eventually.
Yeah.
We need all the injuries to go away, and we have a good, healthy team. I think we'd be in a much different situation.
So do you think the fault lies with Russell Wilson or with Hackett or Peyton or?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's Hackett and Wilson. I don't know if it's Wilson leading this Seattle coaching staff here, or Hackett's in over that obviously. So I think it's a combination of both.
New front office.
Yeah, you think so? New
It
GM?
needs to go away.
Yeah.
He and
Hackett?
Hackett are too good of friends, and I think he's making poor choices for the Broncos as a whole because of his heart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, what do you look forward to today? Do you think the Broncos have any shot?
They have a shot. Everybody has a shot.
I have a shot of marrying Cameron Diaz. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Do you think Russell Wilson is going to be good, or are we stuck with a $250 million project?
I hope the Waltons buy that out and we start over.
Oh, really? What about the coach? What do you think about the coach?
He can do things. I hear Russell doesn't listen very well, so I don't know. Is he coach or the quarterback?
Well, we got to fix one of them, or both, right? All right, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
So what would you like to see in the offseason to fix it?
I like to see somebody brought in here that's going to fix Russell Wilson, because we're stuck with Russell Wilson for the next
5 years?
5 years at least. So somebody needs to fix Russell Wilson. So hopefully they can bring somebody in here that can coach him up and fix the pathetic offense we have right now.
Pathetic is a great word.
Doing great. If the offense can step up a little bit, well, I think everybody can do it.
I know, right? FUKC.
That's right.
But you're here, win, lose, or die, right?
Exactly. Die-hard Bronco fans, born and raised in Denver, Colorado. Have been doing this since, like I said, for the 25 years.
Yeah. All right, well, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Fuck KC.
FKC.
I also talked to some Chiefs fans because, well, felt a little sorry for them. They needed some friends. All right, so let's talk about this. Broncos and Chiefs. You can't do that.
Yes.
All right, remind me, the wife.
Tell you who's going to win. The team that gets the most points.
Oh, you're amazing. You've been watching some good analysts on TV, haven't you? Yeah.
I figured it out.
Right,
He had to
so
sneak out of his house in the Broncos here today.
the wife is a Broncos fan. All right, we like your wife.
Season ticket holders since the 60s.
And she's not here because she figured this wasn't going to go well.
That's right.
How long have you been a Chiefs fan?
Since I was 5 years old.
For real?
Yeah, for real?
So you are like a legit Chiefs
From
fan.
Nebraska.
I'm from Nebraska.
That's the problem.
Lived in Kansas for 5 years. So,
All right, so let's talk 2015. How'd you feel that year?
I loved every bit of it.
Did you go to the parade?
Yes.
There you go.
Not 2015 when the Broncos won?
Yeah.
Oh, because your wife.
My wife.
Yeah.
Happy life, happy wife.
Yes. So what's going on right now?
Right now, she's not here.
She's not happy either.
She doesn't know. She's telling me leave the house with the orange on.
All right, good. Don't tell her about the video
No,
then.
absolutely not.
All right, and
I'll
so,
make sure to send her a copy.
and you are a diehard Chiefs fan
Diehard Chiefs fan.
from, since.
Grew up in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
Moved out here 15 years ago. So the same division can't be a Broncos fan.
Well, I appreciate that you stayed true, especially because 15 years ago wasn't the easiest, right?
There is one thing we both agree on. Raiders suck.
Yes.
That's true.
That's how I only get along with Broncos fans.
That's right.
You just talk Raiders, and then you don't really.
How much do we hate the Raiders? More than
We
anybody
hate
else.
them. Yeah. And then I headed into the stadium, surprised to see as much orange and blue as I did. Good job, Broncos country. Way to show up. From the get-go, the crowd was electric. Exactly what I would expect from the Mile High crowd. Broncos country, here we go. Go Broncos! Woo! Right, Jen? Right, go Broncos! Even though Mahomes and Kelsey would find way too many easy ways to move down the field, finishing the first quarter down just 6-0 felt like a bit of a victory. When Mahomes completed that stupid flip pass to Jerick McKinnon, who ran in for a 54-yard touchdown, things were looking dire and the day wasn't looking good. And then things really started to look ugly when Mahomes connected with McKinnon for a 10-yard touchdown, followed almost immediately by a pick six from Willie Gay, putting the Chiefs up 27-0 with just 4.5 minutes to go in the half. But suddenly, the Broncos came to life. A Josie Jewell INT at the Chiefs' 42 ultimately set up an 18-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy, giving the Broncos their first touchdown in weeks, and a pretty good highlight at that.
Down to 1:38 left. Wilson, a floater, caught! Touchdown, Jerry Jeudy!
And then an INT from Pat Surtain midfield ultimately set up another quick touchdown to Jerry Jeudy on the other side of the field.
Wilson to the end zone! Touchdown, Jerry Jeudy! And the Broncos are close.
Although the halftime score 27-14 was still heavily in the Chiefs' favor, the Broncos had the momentum and Mahomes was a little rattled.
And week out in this league, Brock Purdy at week 14. Mahomes is dumped. Jonathan Cooper gets.
In the Broncos' opening drive in the third quarter, it was starting to look like the usual inept Broncos offense. Until Wilson threw a short pass to Marlon Mack on 3rd and 4, and he turned up the Jets, sprinted 66 yards, falling for most of the last 15, and ultimately lunged and jumped into the end zone for 6. Suddenly, it was 27-21, and the Broncos were looking promising. But on both teams' next 2 drives, 3-and-outs ruled the day, until the Chiefs broke the curse with a 9-play drive and a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. The Broncos were not daunted, however, as Denver spent the next 5 minutes driving down the field, aided by a 40-yard pass interference call that put them in great position. A pair of holding calls against the Broncos' offensive line would jeopardize that position, and suddenly they found themselves at 2nd and 34. And this time, Russell Wilson took off for the first down, just coming up shy of the end zone by 2 yards.
3rd and 11. Wilson avoids it and is going to run for it. First down inside the 5.
Wilson would be hit hard on the play and ruled out for the rest of the game with a concussion.
Broncos players reacting, and Wilson went down hard. They were calling for the athletic trainer right away.
Of course, Clint Kubiak would do his best to ruin this by calling a pass play from his backup quarterback who just comes in the game, and you're on the 2-yard line. What are you thinking? A pass play, Clint Kubiak? You are so lucky Jerry Jeudy saved your ass, which he did on 4th and 7 with a touchdown pass in the back of the end zone.
Deep drop, Rippin, touchdown! Jerry Jeudy's got the hat trick. Brett Rippin comes
34-28, and the Broncos had a chance. The Broncos defense was fired up, and they brought it hard on the next series, stopping Mahomes and the Chiefs on 3rd down once again.
Let's go, Broncos!
Unfortunately, the Broncos offense could do nothing with their drive. Had to punt it away once again. But Josie Jewell decided to take matters into his own hands, literally, by intercepting Mahomes for a second time.
Play clock is down to 3. Mahomes looking, intercepted! Josie Jewell, his second of the day. And Jewell gets popped at the 45.
Put the Broncos offense in perfect midfield position to spend the rest of the 5 minutes in the game driving down for the potential go-ahead touchdown and the comeback win. But again, offensive geniuses at work. 3rd and 3 from the shotgun, a pass play. Rippin scrambles to the right, tucks the ball to nowhere, and it ends in a Chiefs' hands. Just like, of course, it was going to.
3rd down and 3 for Denver. Rippin trying to convert. Rippin out of the pocket. Rippin hit as he throws. And that was a duck, intercepted by Snead. And he's dropped at the 30-yard line. Chris Jones gets in and affects Brett Rippin.
Yes, the Broncos were kind of playing with house money at this point, but they were so close. Rippin, what are you doing? Just run. Run out of bounds. We're going for it on 4th anyway. I was so ready to cheer for a win. The Chiefs would get enough first downs to hold on to the ball and run out the clock, surviving what could have been one of the greatest comebacks in recent Broncos history.
Well, Broncos country, it wasn't a win, but we made 4 touchdowns and made it a game. I count that as a win. So does my friend Jen. Right, Jen? Hey, go Broncos! Go Broncos! We love you!
Broncos country, the end of the game was aggravating, no doubt. But let me tell you, that game was fun for the first time in weeks. I actually think probably the first time this year. There was scoring, there were takeaways. The defense was sacking Mahomes. The offense was coming out. Jerry Jeudy, his 3 touchdowns, by the way, were the most in the game by one receiver since Demaryius Thomas in 2014, which was a fitting tribute to the wide receiver who died this time last year of a seizure.
It means a lot, just especially this night, the anniversary for that. That it just means DT was with us today, so it means a lot.
1 year ago this week, we lost one of the greatest players in Denver Broncos history, Demaryius Thomas, known as DT, defying toughness and grit on the football field. And Dr. Patrick, heart and a huge smile whenever serving in the field. Give us a big crowd of country as we celebrate old-time Broncos. Thomas.
This Broncos team is not great by any stretch, but maybe they aren't quite as bad as 3-10 would suggest. All right, Broncos country, let's ride with whatever we can.